And we're live. Pickle's already in with the good morning.
Morning, Pickles.
Morning.
All right, so Peggy, seriously just got up, and...
I've been up for a good 30 minutes.
There you go. So, she's just now getting around to doing something. So, let's fire us up. Rusty.
Good.
Y'all know Rusty.
Can you give me a paper towel, Dad?
Let's see if we can't get a little bit of fire going. Got Grandma Pearl's skillet, or bacon skillet. You know what? I'm kind of we're a little bit out of it.
It's getting very fragrant.
Charlie likes the big flame, so heat up.
Morning, Carrie. Carrie's in.
Oh,
She said
Carrie.
good morning.
Hey, Carrie. All right.
Did you have any paper towels, Dad? Made a little bit of a mess.
All right. Gosh,
You didn't spill your coffee on the laptop, did
there you go.
I did.
Well, that's the train wreck that we're in.
But I know an IT guy.
Okay, so
And she said good morning.
good morning, Ann, Carrie. It's like we're doing this all over again for the first time.
I know.
It's been 2 weeks. So Kay didn't feel like doing the cooking, so we're going to do it. But she's here in spirit.
I'm here.
So what we're going to do is we're going to do our take on a breakfast egg roll. And I misplaced my apron. I cleaned up in here and I misplaced it. So
Right there.
Huh?
The paper. The egg roll paper there.
No, my apron. I misplaced it. So we're going to roll it out.
We got women that can wash our food.
Yes, my wife is
I was gonna
proficient
say,
at laundry.
I don't know how to do that.
You don't know how to wash clothes yet?
I do, but I can't do it right. Mom gets mad at me.
Uncle
Because
Andy,
I
what's
just
up,
kind
bud?
of pour them in. I pour the stuff in.
Which one is Jim Carrey?
Which one of...
I am? Okay.
That's
Yeah, you can remind me of Buddy the Elf.
That's not Jim Carrey.
I know. It's a joke. It's a joke.
Okay. All right, babe. So
So tired.
anyway, let's get started. Let's get some sausage rolling. You got the sausage skillet. I'll go ahead and chop up some bacon.
where's your knife at?
Oh, that's a good.
Sleep for barbecues, and he said, "What's up? Good morning."
Congratulations, my friend, on he broke 200 subscribers. This morning I checked and he was at 222. Congratulations, my friend. You're well on your way.
Grilling and Chilled Mojo said, "Good morning."
What's up, Mojo? I'm trying to get caught up on all the lives and stuff because I'm way behind. So, it happened. Bless you.
Huh.
Oh, man. So, what a... Man, I'm telling you what. I'm kind of out of the camera. I'm telling you what, man. This last 2 weeks has been exhausting. We, Kay had her graduation. So we did our live Sunday where they cooked cereal.
You did a good job with that one, I might add.
Thank you.
Nobody burnt anything?
I know. I was worried about
There's
Sydney,
rags,
but
there's disinfectant wipes.
thank you, Carrie. She said, "Bless you." Thank you.
So we did the party. Huge success. I can't even get in there. Okay.
And your cake was awesome, I might add.
Thank you. I was pretty impressed with that myself.
Even though it turned black.
Now, if you didn't know that it was supposed to be red, you would never know that it wasn't supposed to be red.
It looked like it was made that way. And it actually was.
Yes. So anyway,
And anybody watching who didn't know the school colors would think it's supposed to be that way.
So it turned out really good. The party itself, we showed a little video, and yeah, that turned out. Everybody had a blast. Everybody had a real good time. And boy, I was exhausted. I was supposed to go see my grandma, right? The next day, and I was too tired. So I got to call and apologize to her because now we're not there to see her.
Pickles
Oops.
said party looked fun. Lots of good food.
Yep. Lots of good food, and I'm telling you what, there was like nothing left. Getting close to the end, we had about a third of the roaster left, and then a whole nother full-size pan. So there was probably 12 pounds left, I'd say. And I just said, hey, take what you want, a certain few, and let's just say it didn't last long. I got compliments all the way around. I even got a text message the next day, or a couple days later, saying, dude, it's been in the fridge for 2 days, and it's still the best barbecue that I've ever had. And as you guys know, Ohio is known for it's like one of the meccas for barbecue. So
Ohio is what I always think about when I hear barbecue.
Yeah. So then we journeyed home. That was a fun trip. Wasn't too bad though.
Yeah.
It's just a long. When you're already tired, it just wears you out. But we made it home. Mama did a great job. Kay was supposed to be the navigator, and
Hay fell asleep because she was tired.
Let's just say she was no goose.
And Dad was asleep in the back.
Talk to me, goose.
Yeah, she was no goose. And I say that because my brother just watched the. I say just watched. It was last weekend. They watched the new Top Gun.
Yeah, me and Teresa went and saw it last weekend.
Yeah, what'd you think of it?
Well, I was really super excited. Could not wait for it to come out.
So it's
All the hype build up on all the commercials and all the promos, and the best parts of the movie were shown in the promo. And I mean, I'm not saying it was bad. It wasn't bad at all, but it was nowhere near the hype that was built up for it. The first movie, in my opinion, is way by far much better.
Sleeper said, Ohio, I thought you guys were in the Carolinas. We are.
So yes, we are in South Carolina. If you look on the map, we are about an inch below Charlotte, North Carolina. But our family back home, we're originally from a little small place called Sydney, Ohio, north of Dayton.
You want coffee?
I don't know where my cup went.
Right there.
Just pour me another cup, please.
Sydney's in. She said, good morning, Dads. Watching from the
Hello,
office.
little girl.
Morning. So we were back home because my cousin, his daughter is the same age as Peg, and had a graduation actually a week different, and they had decided like 4 years ago that they wanted to have their graduation parties together, which made sense because we got family, we're the same family, so it made sense. So I had told him I would do all the barbecue. Here, Mama, since you're in here, thank you. So I told him I'd do all the barbecue for this, and they were like, really? So we took up 45 pounds. 45 pounds of barbecue, which went over wonderfully. So yeah, we were in a little spot in Ohio to party.
Pickles said Darth kayak.
Oh yeah, Darth Vader's on a kayak. Yep.
Sleeper said, "Oh, okay. I saw the party, didn't catch the Ohio part."
Well, we kind of kept it as a mystery, right? You know, trying to add a little mystery to our channel, you know. But people that know we're from a cornfield in Ohio. If you look on the map, you go up Cincinnati, up I-75. There's Dayton. Then you go up a little bit more. There's Lima. We're right in between.
I'm from a cornfield in St. Louis.
So,
Yeah, we both met in South Carolina.
all my barbecue and stuff happened here. The stuff I learned in the South, let me tell you what.
Mm-hmm.
Biscuits and gravy. Here's my cup.
Ooh, we need a transfer vessel.
Oh, we need something to pull it out of. Let's see what we got in here, Captain. There you go. You need a slot of spoon. There you go.
We need a pot holder.
Pot holder.
I don't feel like grabbing this one.
There's a glove right there behind you. Down there. There's a barbecue glove. Yes, we're a little disorganized. We normally when we're doing this, we're on the big black stone. The last time we cooked like this,
Yeah.
when we did them burgers for the band, yeah. But anyway, so we had a great time up there in Ohio, and
Pickles asked, "What caused you guys to move to South Carolina?"
at the time it was my job. So at the time, the position that I was in at my job, that particular division got bought out, and they were going to close down. So I could look at moving backwards to the job that I'd already done, then on a wait list for a job to open up, or relocate. And they kept trying to send me to Canada, but I said, no, I want to go where it's warmer. And they said, well, you need cubes.
Wipe this out first, but yeah, we'll need some.
Okay. So then we said, okay, let's look. And the guy said, I know a fella down in Charlotte. What do you think? And I was like, let's go check it out. And we checked it out on my birthday weekend, which was kind of cool. And then by the end of the month, we were moving. So picked a place. The eggs behind me.
Yeah.
So then we picked a place here in Rock Hill, South Carolina. The property tax and all that stuff is a lot cheaper. Gas is cheaper, so 25, 30-minute commute. It was pretty good. So that's what got us down here. And I tell you what, I have not shoveled any snow since then. And I love that part.
Risky, what made you move to South Carolina?
I ended up here because in 1971, I was a little bitty tyke. My dad had joined the Navy, so that him and my mama, they had just had, and I was born in 70, and he didn't go to college out of high school, and he just wanted a career path and able to take care of the family, so he joined the Navy. He did basics in Great Lakes, Chicago. We transferred from Chicago to Hartford, Connecticut, transferred from Connecticut down to Charleston, South Carolina. And that's where he was at the Navy base in Charleston, and that's how we ended up in South Carolina. Whenever he was going to re-up for the third time, he was given his choice of duty station. He chose Pearl Harbor, Hawaii. So he come home to tell my mom, hey, I got my choice. We're going to Pearl Harbor. And my mama told him, if you sign re-up papers, you're signing divorce papers the same day. She said, I'm getting tired of having a husband home for 3 months, gone at sea for 6. You've given your life enough to your country. It's time to give it to your family now. And we got out of the Navy. He was on a nuclear submarine, the USS Sam Houston. Because of his nuclear engineering training, Duke Power Nuclear Station up here was building their new plant, and they offered him a job up here in Rock Hill to help build the new nuclear plant. So we moved from Charleston up here to Rock Hill, and I've been here since '79.
Nice.
So when we met, it was because our daughters were in the same grade, and one said the other, our computers messed up, and she said, "Hey, come on over."
Sydney was talking to Tamara. They had a project due, and Sydney said their computer wasn't working. They didn't have any sound. And Tamara said, "Well, my dad happens to be a computer technician. That's what he does for a living." And then Sydney said, "Do you think he'd come and look at our computers?" And Tamara said, "Sure he would." So I got home from work, and I was told I had to come down the road here to look at Sydney's computer. Came here, saw the issue, I fixed it for him, and that's how I met them, and it's just exploded from there.
And at the time, he was barbecuing. She had a couple cabinet cookers.
Yeah, I had cabinet propane cookers.
So he had cabinet propane cookers, and I had just started with the drum smoking. So we got talking.
Because I remember I had a cookout at the house, and I had both my smokers running, and I had a brisket in one of them, and we had some other things going on, and and you didn't have any drums or anything yet, and we were just talking about it, and then I say just within a couple of weeks, you had told I hadn't even seen or heard of the drum smokers, and he was talking about them, and he decided because where he worked at Cargill, he had access to drums, so he brought one home and he made one. I came down and looked at it and cooked on it, and I was like, "All right, I got to have me one now." So you got another drum, made me one, and it's been nonstop ever since.
So the irony in that is the drum that you saw in the video for the pork butts that I did for the graduation is the same drum that I made 10 years ago.
10 years ago.
A little over 10 years ago.
Yeah.
It still works fine. I keep it in the garage, so I keep it pretty well.
Yeah, mine needs to be torched and repainted. You saw it the other day at my house.
He keeps his outside. But
I don't have a garage. I don't have a covered porch.
Yeah, so I keep mine in the garage, and I mean 10 years, and we just had to go through. I just went through like a month ago, completely stripped the inside down to bare metal because it had some spots needed cleaned up, and to get the grease and gunk off the bottom. And
okay. So Carrie said, "I made a small pork shoulder barbecue Friday night using Uncle Steve's pork shake and no name sauce. It was very impressive."
Oh, I like that no name sauce. I've yet to do a cook with it, but I'm using it. I'm down to half a bottle just by putting it on quesadillas and stuff like that. I mean, it's killer.
Flour, eggs, and yeast said, "Good morning, all."
Good morning, Teresa and Cam. How are you guys?
Sleeper said, "I'm getting low myself. One more bottle."
Yep, I'm going to have to order some more. We use the Uncle Steve shake for the... So when I did my butts, I did 4 butts with the comp shake, which was great. It was really good. The next 5, though, because I didn't have enough, and I used more than what I thought I was going to. So the next 5, I just said, what do I got the most of in the pantry? And I used Montreal steak seasoning. Believe that or not, Montreal steak seasoning on a pork butt. Fire!
Sydney said Bradley is watching from his office as well.
So that'll be my shout out this week. Because I try to give little shout outs and so the kids Bo or wannabe significant, I don't know what you want to call it. But anyway, he runs a podcast, but I have no idea what it is. They talk about virtual F1 racing, sprint car racing, and
that's what the podcast is.
But I don't know the name of it, so she'll have to put that in the chat, and then we can shout it out because I don't know, they're bums and they haven't told us about it. Maybe they just don't want us to know about it.
I don't know the name. I know he races, and that's all I know about that.
Yeah, so they, like, while we were gone, they did a 24-hour race where him and his team had to, like, hey, it's my turn. And then after so long, it was like, my turn. Then they get in and somebody else would run Mario around the racetrack. I don't know if it was Mario or Luigi.
But Tommy, he does this competitive gaming through EA Sports or something. Anyway, he does Call of Duty and League of Legends. And I mean, he's been doing video games all of his life, but it's really weird how in depth that he gets into these. I mean, they've got sponsors. They've even got a team jersey with different sponsors and stuff. Some drink mix that makes like a Gatorade or something, and they got special cups. I mean, there's all kinds of stuff. But I mean, video games can get really serious and really competitive. That's for sure.
Okay. She said the podcast is Into the Apex.
Okay, so everybody screenshot that or write it down. Hey, write that down.
Okay, I'm writing it down.
So we're going to check it out, and I'm probably not going to understand most of it, but that's okay because I don't like to race. I'm a fat guy. I don't like to race.
Pickle said Planet of the Apex.
But anyway, it's something cool. We'll support them. What other? It's an ambidextrous.
Okay.
That's a tough word to say.
Yeah,
Ambidextrous.
Ambidextrous.
Did I?
Yeah.
Ambidextrous. How do you say it? You can use it on either hand. How's that?
I thought it was with a D, not a P. I thought it was ambidextrous.
I don't know.
I think it's ambidextrous.
When it comes to like back in the grade school days when they would have spelling bee contests, I was the kid that got like they would get ambidextrous, but then when it came to me, I got cat.
Did you get it right?
Well, at that time he thought
I
it was.
found out the third round that doesn't start with a K.
I was about to say that. He just found
And
that.
you say, yeah, it does. Here's my candy bar.
Yeah. Well, yeah, fat kid had a candy bar in his pocket.
Oh, dang, Rusty. Dang.
Come on, Rusty.
Ah.
Uh,
Flour, eggs, and yeast said cookie and cast iron is the best.
Absolutely. We were talking with some people yesterday. What do you think about?
I'm trying to think.
Eggs behind you. I'll move this trash bin over here since you're doing most of the cooking. I'll just yapping. So we were talking with some people yesterday, and our channel. You look back.
As you see, our egg supplier started washing her eggs.
Yeah.
Have you noticed that?
Yeah. Well,
The last couple ones I've given you, that she's actually washing them now. She got an egg washer, so she sets them in there, and the thing has like bristles on it, and it tumbles around and it washes the eggs and stuff for us.
nice. So we were talking to some people on like our channel. I was telling some people about our channel, and if you look back at our older videos, I mean, it started out with barbecuing and grilling and just cooking outside with the kids. And then, I mean, we're 4 years later, and we're still doing that, but with the recent, last year or so, we've really picked up the cast iron cooking, especially because I don't have the mental capacity and I don't want to say awareness to blast a long cook on the drums.
Okay.
The pork butts,
Wore
it
you
took
out.
me three days to recover. I mean, I was just exhausted from the long day.
Sydney said they do a weekly podcast and they usually talk about racing for a little bit, but because they drink, it kind of goes off path. Oh,
Well, that happens. We don't drink and we're well.
Well,
The only thing that keeps us on task is cooking. That's the only. But yeah, Cam, we started doing more cast iron cooking, showing. I mean, you pick up a pan. This pan right here is over 120 years old. This was found in a barn at my great-grandparents' place. And I love it. I love it. My aunt found it, and they sent it, they showed it to me, and I was in love with it. And I was blessed for them to let me to restore it. Once I got it restored, she said, "Keep it, it's yours." And that blew me away. I was completely like in awe, and I love it. I love it. And that's something that Pay's going to take on, or one of the Cubs will take on, as long as they don't screw it up. Sid, I know I'm calling her out.
Carrie said, "Are you doing the meatloaf collab?" And Sydney said, "All right, let me actually get some work done. We will FaceTime you later."
Oh yeah, now she wants to leave because I
Bye,
just called
Sid.
her out.
I love you, dear.
Bye, kiddo.
Talk to you later, Sid. But Carrie asked if you're doing the meatloaf collab.
I'm planning on it. I said something to Mama, and she was all like, yeah, I love meatloaf." So, my problem, though, I was talking with my cousin Mandy, and here's my problem with meatloaf. Simple as can be, I know, so simple. But I can never get it the way my mom and dad made it. The way I had it growing up, I cannot get it that way. And I know they just use ground beef, an egg, club crackers that they minced or smashed up, and ketchup. But for some reason, it never turns out the same way. Could be because I try to grill it. Could be. I don't know.
Sid said, "Call him, yeah, all right, Dad."
Kiddo.
Flour, Eggs, and Yeast said, "Wow, that's awesome. A lot of families pass cast iron down generation to generation."
And I've got the cast iron at home that my mama gave me probably 20 years ago, and it wasn't because she was gone or whatever. She had moved. Her house, whenever I was growing up, it sat on in a really nice sized hill right next to a church, and the church wanted to demolish our home to expand their parking lot. So they ended up paying off our house and bought my mama another house, free and clear, just to get her house off of the lot. And during the move, my mama said, "Here, I'm probably never going to use it again. No, you can have it." And that's how I got my mama's cast iron. And I like it. I cook on it a good bit, but I'm not near as a cast iron enthusiast as Lee is. And most of my cast iron is here in his garage.
No kidding.
I was a Boy Scout leader for 13 years, and I taught cast iron cooking, cast iron care, did all the camp out cooks and stuff. And all the stuff that I was using back then. How many of my Dutch ovens are over here right now?
3.
I know my stainless steel one is here.
Oh,
No, aluminum. Excuse me. My aluminum one is here. I got little micro pots that we use for baked apples. But it's just I don't use it, and so I bring it down here because he does use it, and it's just one of the things I'm not near as an enthusiast as Lee is.
You ready to start rolling?
I am. I got to get these off the heat.
Just set right here.
okay. Tell everybody
I need to get the eggs out of the pan. There's too much residual heat in that cast iron.
Tell them your good news about your. Speaking of cast iron, tell them your good news, Pop. Got a new edition that's coming.
So new edition.
Dutch oven.
Dutch oven. You got a new Dutch oven?
Oh. So what she's talking about is.
Because I know you've been excited about it.
So what she's talking about is. What?
There you go. Now you're out of frame.
Is there's this one I've been looking at, and it's at Academy Sports, and it's a China made. Actually, I should probably change this over to this side. Let me. So it's a. Come on, just cut this one off and move the bacon grease over so you're in the frame there. Just set that back here. On this. Sorry. So 2 things at once. I get sidetracked.
That's okay.
Okay. So what she's talking about is there's this one I've been looking at for a couple of years at Academy Sports, and it is a. Let me get out of your way. It is a 14-inch.
Bye,
Dutch
Carrie.
And this 14-inch, it says it's a 14 quart, so it's a big, deep one, right? And I'm like, I don't know. What do I need a 14 for? The kids are all flying the coop. It's just going to be me and Mom. But then I'm like, that'd be something fun. Big pot of stew. When I'm with my cousin Mark and Mandy, we're doing Brunswick stew. I can make a bigger batch, double batch. That'd be awesome because I leave it for them for the week. So they have it to freeze or whatever. So I'm looking at this. It's only like $54, right? $54, not a big deal, right? Especially when you're talking about a good piece of cast. But it's a lot for right now. And, the wife's like, you're not really cooking a whole lot, so, okay. So anyway, she made me the deal that if YouTube paid me at all, I got a check from YouTube, then I could buy this Dutch oven. Guess what? We just confirmed our AdSense. So thank you, everybody. Ooh, little happy dance. So, I gotta find one. I thought you were talking about what we found yesterday.
No, well, tell them what you found yesterday.
So, what you need, bud?
Pickles said, new edition, Bobby Brown band as a kid, question mark.
Mr. Telephone.
Ooh, I might have to name it Bobby.
Yeah.
Bobby! Alright, so, yesterday so Wednesday, we're not even up to Wednesday yet, eh?
I know.
Whew. So Wednesday, I did my infusion. All that was good. I had to do the whole.
You want this in the picture?
Let's move this camera.
The second hand.
Second hand up. Can y'all see that? Not really.
Behind the Garage Barbecue said, morning, Lee. Morning, everybody. And Mandy said, good morning, Hollenbacher family.
Good morning, good morning, good morning.
Do you want to move that over that way and actually?
Yes, but I'm not in a position to do that. So
on the bench.
So we did the infusion Wednesday, and I'm telling you, I've been more tired after this treatment. But it's all part of having this as a mess. But did the dermatologist checkup, and he said everything looked good. That was a little embarrassing for a guy. But fortunately, the dermatologist was a guy, so it wasn't as bad. They can't see what you're doing there, man. How's that? Hey, can you guys see that?
A little bit.
So
And yes, my hands are clean.
So that went really good. So we had that appointment. That was good. The doc's appointment went great. The blood work's looking good. The thyroid was back in line in parameters, so that's good. Then we did the infusion. Had to go to another hospital, do the infusion. That kind of stunk. Chatted with Alton. He's nearing the end of his chemo, so that was awesome. I gave him a little bit of love. Go check him out, man. You guys know Dog Father's Barbecue. Go check him out. Let's see.
Well, while you're thinking, Rusty, tell them what you're doing.
We are making breakfast egg rolls. So what I have done is, during the cooking, scrambled some eggs, had some cubed ham, Jimmy Dean sausage and bacon, putting this stuff in the egg roll wrappers. Gonna roll them up and drop them in the oil and cook them up, and we'll see how they go.
Just for the new people that will
I
watch.
made 2 full packs of these egg rolls last night for a different reason, because my daughter, we make egg rolls all the time at home, and she had called wanting me to make some buffalo chicken egg rolls, and she wanted me to make some of my Mongolian beef egg rolls. So we made those last night, and she decided, my daughter, she's 24, and growing up we always had 15, 20 girls over at the house. She had so many parties and cookouts and stuff, pool parties. And she said, is it okay if I invite a couple friends over? So it was just like high school days at my house last night. We made 50 egg rolls. And then since we had the Asian theme going on, I decided I would go ahead and pull out the Blackstone. And we did hibachi again. I had, 20 pounds. It seemed like a fried rice. We did, it was 4 pounds of shrimp, 4 pounds of steak, 3 pounds of chicken, and then all of the vegetables and stuff. It was just a good time, spending quality time with the family. And it actually got my son out of his room off of the video game for a little bit to come out and socialize. But Lee, I was talking to him about it yesterday on the way home from our competition, and he got the idea, why don't we do breakfast egg rolls? So that's what we're doing.
I'm walking through the store last night, and I'm like, we got everything. I don't know. I'm just like, I want something different.
Craig, he said you had me at egg roll. And Uncle Andy said Abby is addicted to the show MasterChef and wants to see her Uncle Lee in it.
MasterChef? Ooh. I don't think Mr. Ramsey's ready for me.
Nah.
Ramsey ain't ready for this guy.
He's not ready yet.
He has to wait a few more years.
Yeah.
Pickles said you should do a Bear vs. Rusty cook-off.
Ooh. Hey, that's...
You know what? We're kicking around some ideas because we were talking yesterday. I don't want to give away anything because what happens normally is when I share my idea, then it's a done deal and I don't do it. So I'm not going to share the idea, but we are looking for ideas to expand what we're doing. Because, I mean, how many pork butt videos can you do? How many rib videos can you do? You know, and so that was a problem we had with the grilling and smoking was how many burger videos, smash burgers. You know, you can do the different toppings, but at some point you're going to be like, dude, really? So we're looking at kind of expanding, and Faye's about a month out from going to college. You know, Cubs kind of like, I don't want to be in front of the camera, so we're kind of looking at a way to expand it out. And, you know, so if you guys got ideas, drop them in the comments. Shoot me a message on, you know, Instagram or TikTok or whatever. You know, just of an idea of stuff. I mean, we're going to continue to do it our way, you know, because that's how we do it. But, you know, not only with cooks, but as like different things to see. You know, if y'all want to see us battling, then, you know, we can do that. Pork Pop Challenge, we can bring that back.
You can read that one, Pop.
I can't read from here. Bear family, what?
And friends, don't talk about us other, I don't know what that's, but peons.
Other peons.
The heck?
Ooh, what? I have forgot the most important ingredient.
Cheese.
The cheese, which is on the table next to you.
Oh.
We have some that are just dairy free.
That's
Other
right.
than the eggs.
That's all right. I'm gonna put these bacon grease cubes back in the freezer because it's like almost, it's gonna be 91 today.
Yeah, this week is going to be horrible.
They're talking like it's supposed to be 100 by Wednesday.
Yeah, Wednesday's supposed to be 100.
So tell them what we did yesterday. Let's just jump. I'm getting distracted with my week. What did we do yesterday?
Yesterday, we judged another SCBA competition. We had to drive to Little Mountain, South Carolina.
About an hour and 20 minutes.
Yes.
What would you say? Southeast?
Yeah,
Southwest?
another luxurious city with awesome accommodations inside a elementary school cafeteria with the little teeny tiny round seats and the tables that are up to your knees.
Yeah, I went to turn to talk to somebody and I had to like actually stand up, turn around, and sit back down because it was, my knees were killing me.
Pickles said it was 100 yesterday where he's at.
Oh.
Got my schedule for the week for working.
Yeah.
I work today, Tuesday, and then all day Saturday. I work Thursday, and then I work Sunday again.
Okay.
because I have my next week. I think it's next week or the week after. Yeah, next week.
Okay, so let's get to the important stuff. So
I'm going away next week.
So we judged, huh?
I have state convention.
Oh, for FFA?
Where I get my state degree.
Okay, so back to the important stuff. So we
Whatever.
judged yesterday, SCBA, South Carolina Barbecue Association. I'm enjoying the hell out of this. I really am. There's Tom. Hey, Tom.
Yep, Tom just came in.
I'm really enjoying it. And it's so much cheaper than competing.
Oh, yes.
And it's just as much fun. You get to see the turn-ins, and it's the best. I mean, you got people that are traveling in from all across the state, and
other states too. Yesterday there was a team there from Atlanta.
Oh, really? So it's some good stuff, man. And so if you guys are able to get into your state barbecue association, I highly recommend it. It's fun. I'm a big advocate of it. I'm enjoying the heck out of it. And
the egg rolls.
Yeah. Oh, look at that, golden brown. Yes, I'm frying them in bacon grease.
I still have people who are like amazed that we use bacon grease.
Why?
They've never heard of it.
They're kids.
Whoa.
Yeah, like buddies of mine, they're just like, you use bacon grease? I'm like, yeah, we save it, and then we'll use it like butter. And they're like, no. I was like, yeah, to grease things up or something, would you use bacon grease, or to fry, we use it?
Technically, it's a southern thing, but it's as the microwave era came in and the Hot Pockets and stuff, it's all kind of like some of those traditional things have gone by the wayside.
Yeah.
People don't use bacon grease. They don't make their own biscuits. You think about the old chuck wagon cooks. Who keeps all that stuff around to do that?
Yeah. Thank you, Pickles. He said, what convention? So next week, like you guys know, I was in the FFA. I sadly graduated out of it. And I was honored enough to earn my state degree, which is you earn your green hand, your chapter, state, and then you can apply for an American degree. So I applied for the state degree. I got the state degree. So next week I go to Columbia in official dress and everything for the last time, and I go to pick it up, and I come home with the state degree. Very exciting. But you have to do an application. You have to have like 300 hours of like logs. You have to have there's a list you have to have. So, yeah. But, yeah.
So we got I'm going to be wore out today, but we're going to have to do the meatloaf cut. I'm excited about it. Might do a couple different ones. Meatloaf.
Okay.
Today
I get to look at a computer for college.
So if anybody knows somebody that's getting ready to go to college and needs a computer,
get it now.
There is a shortage
of.
Imagine that.
Yeah.
A shortage in the back ordering last week.
So we're gonna go today and get it figured out.
Kind of find your.
Thanks, Ann. But yeah, I was trying to look at where they would be, because I'm looking at a MacBook Pro because it fits with by major. That's what they recommend. So it's kind of I need to go today and get it today, or I don't get it. So yeah.
Yeah.
Pickles.
If you do go the Mac route, make sure you get their
warranty. Yep.
Tamara had to get one whenever she was at College of Charleston, and the warranty covers everything. And it's so important because Tamara had her laptop in her clothes basket.
You're blowing them out, Bubba.
Okay.
Then
whenever she got home, her fiance put extra clothes in the clothes basket on top of her MacBook. They weren't paying attention, and they dumped the baskets in the washing machine, and the MacBook got washed. The insurance completely covered and gave her a new computer.
It's insane. People said to look at the MacBook M1 Super Zippy. For my college, they want us to have like either the MacBook Pro or MacBook Air. So those are the two I've been looking at. I think I have the MacBook
You know what I
Pro
just thought of?
as choice,
What did you
so
just think of?
we're gonna do it today.
So, interesting tidbit. The last time Rusty and I cooked egg rolls
It was at your competition years back.
was that a competition down in Gaston.
And we made collard green egg rolls.
And it was a collard green, so it had to be anything with collard greens. And we
won first place.
It was basically like a spin on spinach dip, but with collard greens, and stuffed that in an egg roll. And he fried them on site. Cast iron skillet over a burner. Fried them right there in front of the judges. And I don't know how many teams actually competed in that one, but we won first place. So that was pretty cool. Just a little interesting tidbit, and that was a few years ago.
It was.
We haven't cooked egg rolls together in a long time.
That was Tommy's last year in high school because I had to leave right after the turn-in to get to the marching band.
Yeah.
And you had to accept the award by yourself on the stage. And it had Lee's picture on the website after the award ceremony. Lee's picture with my name underneath him.
Yep. I got to shake the mayor of Gaston's hand.
But Tom, for me also, I have a lot of Apple products. Everything will transfer over, and it's a safer bet. And I've worked with like HPs, and they've been horrible when I worked with them. Craig, I'm gonna fix that right now.
What's that?
The frying. We need a view of the frying.
Oh, I'm sorry. We're still working this camera thing.
Pickles. Mom just texted me that and explained it to me. But yeah, for me, a Mac is also better for what I need it to do.
I hate Macs. But I'm sure it's because I grew up on PC and that's what I fixed, that's what I repaired, and I don't have any experience with Macs.
Yeah, for what I need it to do, I lose things easily in computers, so it's a better bet for me to keep everything in check and in line and stuff.
How's that? Is that a little bit better? You might have to bring it down and zoom it in a little bit. You move my angle. How's that, Craig? Well, we're still working it. Kyla says go with an apple for everything.
Yep.
Yep. And she would know.
That's what I'm planning on doing.
So I had to give a little, since you mentioned Kyla, I got to give her a little shout out. This young lady.
Yeah.
I mean,
She's awesome.
she's awesome. Her and her boyfriend just got back. They're in college. They just got back from Ghana, doing like not a mission trip, but it's for school, where they're doing research. And they spent, several weeks out there. And then they're getting ready to leave and go to California for 10 weeks for more research. So I know, Kylie, you're not watching, but double awesome thumbs up. That kid's going to change the world, I'm telling you.
Craig says, now we cooking.
Yeah, now we're bacon grease. If you all have never fried egg rolls in bacon grease, I don't know if you remember we did the one egg roll challenge where we did the air fryer versus bacon grease.
Oh, air fryer
Yes.
sucks.
And Grandpa loved the bacon grease.
That is true, he did.
He was trying to be nice to Peg and be like, no, those were really good, Peg. But I said, Grandpa, be honest. He said, oh, bacon grease all day long.
Yeah.
Let's see. Yeah, those aren't quite as golden yet. But where'd one go? You little sneak. Let's see. So the SCBA, man, that was a good time. We talked about it all the way home, an hour drive. We just talk about the turn-ins and all that stuff.
Tom said, my cardiologist just texted me. He wants to know what I'm watching and that I should stop.
It's actually healthy. The wraps, those wraps are actually vegan. It says so on the package.
Yep.
Not that we're doing vegetarian, but and they're very low carb. Let's see it. What's the carb count? So for one wrap, they're 12 carbs.
Pickle says, I make egg rolls with bacon grease or elbow grease.
And then the filling is all sausage, eggs, cheese, ham, bacon. So it's semi-healthy. You eat 2 wraps, boom, done. And it's fried in bacon grease, which I think the only saturated fat healthier than bacon grease would be ghee. I could be wrong. I probably am, because they're going to say, oh no, avocado oil and all that. Oh, hey, that's fine. Use what you like. In our house, bacon grease.
And ever since I was a little kid, I've been cooking since I was 6 years old. My mama made sure that me and my brother knew how to cook. She always told us, you're not going to have to depend upon a woman except for one thing, and cooking ain't it. And
but if she can make breakfast.
but she said that you always have, she told us you have to keep bacon grease on the stove.
Yep.
And so ever since I've been, I can remember, there's always been a silver container with a little screen on the top that all bacon grease went in. And here it is. I've got one on my stove at the house.
Yep.
And I've got cubes in my freezer. I mean, I always have bacon grease.
I take it a step further and filter it even farther through a coffee filter. But, I mean, it can sit on the counter for, ever.
Forever.
Yeah. I'll get somewhere, there'll be layers where it's a little darker and then it gets clear. But that's where usually is fried bacon grease at too high a temp and lets it go too long. All right, Craig, what do you think of that?
Oh, that was pretty good, Bob.
Will that pass?
I reckon. That needs a little bit more.
A little bit more on that side? Stick it right like that. Yeah, this one's going to need more. I've got a little hot zone going on up here.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, that looks good. I'll take that one. I'll roll this one over this way. All right.
Well, Peyton, you already stole one from us. How does it taste?
Real good.
Lay me
Bacon popped through the wrap on that one.
It's all right. It'll eat. So what's anybody else got going on? I'm kind of like completely Leprechaun TV, my brother. Man, I just got your package.
Let me get an egg roll.
I just got your letter, and wow. It'll be, you guys will see what's coming up in the next video. But awesome. I haven't even told Pay yet.
Tom said, what's inside?
What's inside? We're inside. We're inside the Bearcave.
It's hot.
It is. I got the fan on, but it ain't pointing towards us. It's all breakfast stuff. Eggs, sausage, bacon, ham, cheese. Kind of doing a breakfast take on it, so something different. Would you eat that? What's my man Stale Cracker say? You ain't going on a cracker, dude. Put that on a cracker.
I really can't stand listening to that guy talk.
I think he
cooks some really good stuff.
Yeah.
But just his voice, there's just something about it. It just really, really irks me.
I don't know. I like him, but I don't watch. I'm terrible. I don't watch all his TikTok videos, but like I'll watch a little bit of it. But TikTok, I'm more like flip through, watch something. Did you get the one I sent you?
You sent me, you sent it to me at
So-
11 o'clock last night.
Yeah.
Woke me up
Sorry.
so I could look at it.
So, what's it? Girls Can Grill. I think that's the name. I forget her actual name now. She's been on the Pitmasters podcast. Sugar's Barbecue off Pitmasters. Anyway, get sidetracked. She asked a question. She took a rack of ribs, sliced them individually, rolled them around in rub, and then smoked them. And she asked, okay, for any of the barbecue judges, how would you judge that? And I've been racking my brain what I would think if I opened the box and saw 8 ribs with bark all the way around. I'm not sure what I'd be like. Whoa!
Whenever I saw the video, I'm sitting there. First thing I thought was, for appearance, it'd be a very, very low score, but everything else would probably be extremely high.
But I mean, if the tenderness is nailed, you're great.
Right.
But just the appearance alone, you add in the creativity to it, and it's something different. And it was more like a dry rib, so you would have to put like a light, kind of like a vinegar glaze over it. I'm thinking like a vinegar sauce, because South Carolina. But it's something I've not seen. I've cooked them that way, but I'm just like, I don't know how I would score that. I really don't.
But I mean, looking at it, watching the video, to me, they were ugly. They were too dark. And I understand the bark all the way around, and I love the idea of getting a bite of bark through every bite of the rib. But physically looking at it, appearance-wise, I think I would have to score it extremely low, just because it wasn't aesthetically pleasing. But I'll bet that it tasted amazing, and every other score would be really high.
Yeah.
Daddy Dutch Barbecue's in. He said, good morning.
Who?
Daddy Dutch.
Kent, what's going on, my brother? How is camping? So Kent, his son-in-law has got a barbecue team called Smoking Bears Barbecue.
No, original.
What's that say?
Don't mind it, Pop.
Oh, okay. So, and he won a GC. I'm sure it had something to do with the name. I'm just saying. But Kent's at the campground is doing a lot of cooking, so.
One thing I really miss, I miss the Boy Scout days, being the merit badge counselor for cooking, because I would bring my drums out to our campsites and teach them how to trim and season butts and then cook them, because it's so easy to feed a 25-person camp out with the scouts and the leaders and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But to get your Eagle Scout, cooking merit badge is required.
Right.
And I was a merit badge counselor, and I taught the cooking. And that was always so much fun. Watching these young kids who mamas have never taught them how to cook. And I see, a 15-year-old who has never done anything except for throw something in the microwave.
Buying in.
And just tell them, from start to finish, do this. And for him to go through, and now, of course, the trimming has to be done by the adults. They're not old enough to handle the knives and stuff, technically.
Yeah.
But so after the trimming, but having them season them, set the fires, feed the wood, watch the thermometer. I mean, just to watch them go from start to finish and taste something that they actually did themselves, and they get to go home and bragging about it, wanting to bring some home so their mom and dad can taste it. Well, I really miss that.
That's what I like about doing this with the kids is I learned by experiment. I learned by just doing it.
And Ann said she's going to head to church. Have an awesome week.
Have a
Flour,
great week.
eggs, and yeast. Said we got to head out for our Sunday walk, but it was good to see y'all.
Have a great walk. Thank you for stopping in.
And then Kent said that the new RV is great.
Yeah, he just got him a big ass RV.
Okay, back to what we were talking about.
Okay, that's one of the things that, like, when I learned to cook, my mom showed me how to make eggs.
That was my first thing.
And we went from there. And she would say, we're making this, and she would tell me how to do it. Like, kind of like, put that in there, this and that. Okay. But when it comes to, like, grilling, I learned just with steaks, beer, and propane. That's how I learned to cook on a grill.
Yeah.
And then when I got into barbecuing, it was a cheap entry. I spent maybe $100 on building the first drum, and the trade-off was I could go get a pork butt for $12, $15, and that would feed us for over a week.
Oh yeah.
I'd get a whole chicken, and that we would break that up into 3 meals. So budget-wise, it made sense. Plus, it was something fun, and then it kind of took on a life of its own, where the partying got heavier, the experimentations got more elaborate, and I don't think I experimented as elaborate as I used to, but
No, I do remember the salsa, the smoked salsa the one time.
Oh yeah, that was
That
great.
was really good.
That is really good.
Remember
our first competition? We did it as Come See Me, and
Yep.
we had the great idea we were going to have the best bacon wrapped jalapeno poppers ever, and we did the seafood. It was Cajun, was it shrimp or crab? Cajun crab meat.
Crab, yeah.
And we had a Cajun crab meat and cream cheese stuffing in the jalapenos wrapped in really thick bacon.
Good.
They were delicious.
But
Yeah, they were killer.
But man, we spent what, $300?
Well, it was over $100. I don't think it was 300. We spent a lot of money.
I thought it was like $3 because I remember going out to the food line and buying all those containers.
Yeah, because we had to have enough samples for
100 people?
200 people, and you didn't want to give them a whole popper, but you didn't want to give them a third of a popper. So it was kind of like.
So we had to give a half of one. So
Yep.
that was, we had to buy 100 peppers. So we had 200 samples. Then we had the thick hickory smoked bacon to wrap them a whole slice on each one.
Mm-hmm.
So that was 100 slices of bacon, and there's only 15 slices in a pack. So it was 10 packs of bacon. Then we had all of those tubs of Cajun crab dip. I mean,
yep.
And everybody had told us, don't go crazy spending a lot of money on the anything but category.
Which we learned that afterwards.
And
Yep.
but they were really good.
Yep.
And it was I just remember that memory always sticks out about how we thought it was going to be the winner. It was the best we'd ever had.
But the team that won that year,
Shrimp and grits, wasn't it?
no, it was the Oysters.
Oh, the oysters.
Because it was a semi-local team, but they had told all their friends. I mean, it was like a college party going on at their little site. So, people was buying oysters, and that's how they won. But anyway,
Pickles asked if you have any green onions for the thumbnail.
no,
We've got some greenery somewhere. We'll get it.
I didn't think that far ahead.
And then I remember the collard greens. I thought you guys were going to go with the chocolate cake.
Oh yeah.
That was the best, still to this day, the best chocolate cake I've ever had.
So
I never stopped talking about it. I want another cake.
Okay, we'll do it because who was it? Pickles and Coleman wanted to see my version of collard greens, so that's on the list. I haven't forgot that. But we had for the collard green festival, we were just trying everything, and somehow somebody told us that a dessert had won, so we made up a chocolate cake and had collard greens in it. It was really good. It just surprised Rusty.
It did.
It surprised me. But I mean, it's chocolate cake. I'm a fat guy. It's going to be good. It had collards in it, but you didn't taste the collards.
No, it was just super dense.
It just
was
gave it
really
a different
good.
texture. And yeah, it was pretty cool. So maybe we'll do that. We'll do, because I want to do another ice cake, or get to ice it and show off
Oh
my
yeah, that's
My
his version of how to
culinary
ice. It's
skills. Yeah,
that's
how I
that,
ice it.
I was wondering.
that's icing.
Because when I was getting ready, when we were talking about it, the word icing would slip my mind, and I couldn't think of it. And I'm like, because I squeezing the piping bag.
Yep.
Well, when I started like showing, or not showing, but like opening his eyes to like YouTube videos of how to ice, he was like, "You don't just put it in the microwave," because he used to put it in the microwave,
I had
let
a
it
huge
melt.
learning curve.
let it melt, and then just pour it over the cake,
I had a huge learning curve
and that was icing it.
on baking and icing cakes.
And so
Now, when I make chocolate eclair, I'll get the chocolate icing in the tub and I put it in the microwave for a minute, and then I pour that over the chocolate eclair, and I pick up the pan and I just drizzle it around so that it makes a smooth covering over the whole thing.
Yeah, no, he just thought that's how you ice.
Wow.
He thought you melt it, put it on the cake, and then bam, it's done.
Speaking of eclairs, I was going to mention this. Because I caught, I think, the dude's live, and he brought up so we're still looking at doing the cannoli collab. I haven't gone any farther with it because we were so busy here. But I'm looking at the middle of July because Bearcave's birthday is about that time. There's a baby back rib collab July 4th, and then we'll probably go that next weekend or that next week, open up the cannoli collab. So that will be coming. I'll get that together, and but that's why I haven't mentioned anything since then, other than I kind of didn't forget, but I forget to mention it and talk about it. So
Kent said that I thought about you yesterday. I cooked 15 pork loins for a benefit for a 6-year-old. Then Maggie said, "Morning, everybody."
Morning, Maggie. So Kent, while we were in Ohio, we picked up, we were at Costco. We found this pork loin, and I mean it was a whole loin, $12.50. We picked it up. We made pork schnitzels. My dad had just picked up a George Foreman. So Kay and my niece, they hammered on this George Foreman grill.
She hammered. Let me just clarify. She did. I just made sure it was cooked through. She did everything else.
They hammered on this George Foreman. Fantastic cooker to get a kid involved. I'm telling you what, it was so nice and so easy, and the glow in her smile when people were eating it, and she was like, "Wow, this is great." Now I mixed up the rub, and with the instead of breadcrumbs we used pork rinds, but I mixed up a rub of whatever Dad had in the cupboard, and man, she loved it. And when her dad took a bite, he was like, "Oh, that's good." And Grandpa loved it. Man, her face lit up like a glowworm. You remember the old glowworms?
Yeah.
You know where you squeezed them and they lit up?
Pickle said use green Jello for garnish.
Green Jello? I got some jalapeno jelly. I was going to do,
and then
that's what I was going to do, dang it.
Craig said, "You need to put memo out before you show that, Charlie."
This one had a little hole in it. Got a little bit of grease in there. It'll be all right.
I thought you said something different. I was like, "Dad, this is a family-friendly channel."
Yep. So now, I should have done this earlier. We're running out of time.
Yeah, you're running 10 minutes over.
Yep. So I was going to do that means a little bit more love on this side. I was going to do a like a gravy side, but on the side,
Dipping sauce.
Yeah, but
Sweet baby Rage.
no, I got tiger sauce.
You don't need nothing else.
Tiger sauce. Y'all find that in the hot sauce aisle? Where'd it go?
Right there. Keep it right there.
Sweet chili.
It's got my 3-pack tremendas on.
I've got another one. It's a habanero.
Tom says, there's a fine line between genius and insanity, right?
For which part?
The green jello.
Oh, yeah. I've got parsley right over there on the green. So I got some parsley.
You got teenagers, you better check that. That could be the way they hide it.
Oh, yeah.
I would, if I did that, I would not be stupid enough to put it in a sauce, like a seasoning.
I got parsley and egg roll wrappers.
Oh, that's a good shop.
Just saying.
It's a good little restaurant. We sell parsley and egg rolls.
Cut this off. This last one just got a little bit residual. Get it? Let's see.
Oh, you started talking about your yard sale find yesterday, and then you switched circles there.
This rainfall, man. It's like skipping channels. It's like when Toy Story, when Ham was hitting the controller and changing channels to find the chicken dude. That's what it's like in my head. It just. So anyway, back to that.
Yard sale line.
So we get done with judging the comp. We go around. We talk to some of the teams, and we ran into Lake High. You guys don't know Lake High, that's fine. He is the originator of the SCBA. He wrote a book on the history of South Carolina barbecue. Fantastic read. Goes all the way back to Indians smoking fish, to the Spanish bringing over the first pigs. It's fantastic read. A lot of information. But we got to talk to him, and then some of the other teams. And then as we were leaving, there was a community yard sale. So we stopped there. We're looking, and walk up. There's a cornbread skillet, one of the round ones. It's a BSR, one of the originals. It's just patent pending cornbread skillet, wedge pan. She picked it up. Oh, is that Buckeye Barbecue?
Yeah.
Congratulations, man. He just hit 500. I saw that this morning. Congratulations, bud. But then I asked Larry, I said, well, how much for this? And it's in rusty shape and all this stuff. She goes, $3. No questions asked. Boom, done. Walk on down. Find another little square skillet. On the back side, it says Old Mountain. Okay. Then they had a little Poji bean pot. Okay, kind of cool. There's no markings on it. It's probably Asian, whatever. Then they had a 2-quart sauce pot with a wooden handle. And at first I was thinking it was a Lady Best series, but upon further inspection, it's just a Taiwan. So I asked I asked the dude how much. He said $1 a piece. All right, cool. So then we stopped at the gas station, get something to drink, and I buy Rusty a couple Gatorades. And he said, well, thank you. And I said, well, no problem, because you're about to get your ass chewed from my wife for me getting some new cast iron. You don't know nothing about this.
She's watching the live.
She will snitch on me.
She's watching the live.
No, she's not. She's studying. Anyway, so when I got home, I walk in, I got all this stuff, and she's like, oh, how are you? And I was like, oh, I'm good. How are you? So she goes, what kind of gifts did you bring? And I said, oh, these are rusty. So I'm going to take them, put them in the garage, because now I've got to clean out the light tank to put these in. So she goes, oh, okay. So I didn't say they weren't mine. I didn't say they were mine.
You sly dog. Now why?
So he just left off the S. They're rusty.
I just said they are
so
rusty.
He didn't lie.
They are rusty, which they are. They're not rusties.
I don't want to hear about me trying to be slick. Look at you.
Oh, yeah. So you don't know nothing, Hank.
No, because she's watching the live.
No, she's not.
We got to get my corn pans out of your light tank.
Yep. I'll work on those hopefully this week.
You going to do a video on that?
I was
Jorge
thinking about
Zinn, he said good morning.
Good morning, Jorge. Dude, that concha. What? Are you serious? Ooh, that got a little dark.
Tom's Food Factory said, I swear Lee has so much cast iron, I'm kind of wondering if he's going to build an Iron Man with all the armor.
Ooh, that's an idea.
No, you're not
That's
building.
an idea.
You're not.
I don't know how to weld, though.
I remember back when we were doing the drones first started, we were looking at buying a welder to weld on our drones.
I have a
Glad
friend.
we didn't do that.
So
I have
Jorge,
a welder friend.
George, Jorge, 805 Barbecue Junkies, the guy I was telling you about. He's got that rotisserie.
Okay.
Man, he did a pork butt on there, and I knew it was going to fall apart. And it was all where he was talking about. So the horn was done, the money muscle was completely done, but in the center he was like, it's still really tough where the tubes are.
Right.
And that's always, we run into that all the time, where everything else is done, and you got to pull it, but that center part's only at like a 185, 190, and it needs more love, but everything else will be overdone. But when he was spinning it, the part up there by the money muscle
Just
started to drop, and he was like, it pull it off or what, because he couldn't wrap it, because you're on a rotisserie. So of course, in my mind, I went get a couple sheets of expanded metal and stainless steel wire tie a basket, kind of like a crab trap, and so you can open it up, set your pork butt in there, slide your pegs through, and then through the basket and all that, and that way if it does fall apart, it's in the basket. But that was just a brain fart.
Yeah, but when it gets that far to where it's almost done, it's achieved its its bark and its smoke. Just get a big long sheet of aluminum foil and just wrap around it so it can't fall apart. It just stays inside the foil.
Well, then you're going to depend on the foil to hold it up as it's spinning.
Yeah, but if you got it tight enough, you should be able to keep it constricted onto the.
Jorge
the
said Conca needed to push the limits.
Yeah, dude, he did a brisket on there and it looked amazing.
Now, I never thought about putting a brisket on my rotisserie.
I don't think I've ever seen anybody do a brisket on a rotisserie.
I haven't either. The only main thing I use my rotisserie for is whole chickens and tenderloins.
Yeah. But that was awesome. But
There's a video on that?
yeah,
You need to send me that link.
Yeah, I'll send it to you. We were talking about it yesterday. I was like, dude, you gotta check this out. And then I'm really bad at like saving things and saying I'm gonna send it to him, and then I don't know,
Like
the
yesterday,
light flashes or TV goes to commercial or I blink and I lose complete thought.
on the way home yesterday, you said, you remember that video I sent you about that person that cut all the ribs individually? No, I don't. I sent it to you, or I saved it to send to you.
And I did. I looked
Thomas
back.
Garvey and Keto Cooking for Diabetes said, good morning, everyone.
Morning, Thomas. That's another dude just rocking it. That's another guy rocking it.
We need to get back on Teresa and her eating. She has gotten to the point, she was very religious about sticking to her diet at first. And now that she's been at home because she'd had her surgery and she'd been recuperating 3 weeks, she's been just grabbing what has been easily accessible. And
Thomas, you know all about that, buddy.
So we got to get her back on track.
She's really watching her sugar and has to watch what she's eating because of her gut. And she just had gallbladder.
Gallbladder was removed
Hernia.
2 years ago, but where they did the surgery, a hernia had presented itself, and they did the mesh repair surgery for her hernia, and she was out for 3 weeks. Her first day back to work was Thursday, but the 3 week recuperating at home, she wasn't nearly as religious about what she was eating. She was just grabbing whatever was there, so she could go sit back on the couch watching TV, and we just got to get her back on track.
So what we started doing was, if it's junk, it's not in the house. Like if you get to that point, you look in the fridge, there's keto tacos, cheese, and just some sort of hot dog or something like that. Where you can just grab something quick, but it's not all the snack cakes or anything like that.
Right.
Screwed me up though a couple weeks ago when we went to the auction, and
Oh yeah.
my lab loves zebra cakes.
You love zebra cakes, and you give them to Red.
So the way I would do that was I'd be like, okay, I'm gonna have a zebra cake, but they would come. It was a big one.
They were huge.
They were the big ones. So I would break it in half, and then I'd break that half into
Half.
not quite half, like a 60-40. The little dog would get the 40, the big dog, the lab would get the big piece, and then I'd have the other half. So I didn't eat the whole thing. So it was good, right? Just a little sweet, something good. All right. But dang it, if we didn't have 2 boxes of damn zebra cakes for that dog, did we split?
Well, the
Which
reason I
started-
bought them,
Downhill on the old eating. Man, my legs, I can tell when I have inflammatories and I have, a lot of white starches and just jump because my legs ache. Like today, my legs ache.
but the reason I picked them up because zebra cakes is Tommy's favorite snack cake.
Yeah.
And those were in the house, and Teresa was there, nothing to do, and so she was eating those also.
So we're going to get back to doing some more healthier cooking for her. Whether, that might be set up like a Wednesday or something and just set up a day where we go over and cook. But she also doesn't like leftovers, so figure that one out.
Oh gosh. And I mean, I spent $124 last night on all those ingredients for the big hibachi I cooked. And the only thing that she will eat left over is the shrimp and the steak. The chicken, the rice, the vegetables, she won't eat that left over.
Get a board here. We'll go ahead and set up our thumbnail. Let's go ahead and pay Mugas.
Yeah,
You gonna put it back on?
I can.
There you go. Little Darth Vader. Okay. Now, do I have another one? Look in the drawer.
There's a knife on the fridge.
Oh, there is. I got one. Pull out the old slicer because we're going to slice.
Make sure you get one with the cheese in it. I forgot the cheese the first few.
What do you guys think of on the bias?
Pickle said leftovers are sometimes even better than the meal.
Oh, I agree. Some things are much better the next day, like
You hear that,
jambalaya.
Chris?
Yeah, but jambalaya, chili. Chili is probably my favorite thing to eat the next day. Spaghetti. I mean, some things are just so much better left over.
I think lay one like this and then. I don't know how to decorate this one. Well, you can see.
Mmm.
What do you think about that? I mean, just something simple. Let's drop a little bit of. A little bit of my tiger sauce.
Jorge said bomb.
Speaking of bomb, my new bottle of the bomb came in the other day. I had to get me another one.
Yeah.
But that is the hottest hot sauce I've ever had, and I mean you eat it very sparingly, but I really like the flavor.
We should. So Johnny Mags and Kent, they did the Hot Ones challenge, where you go to like Walmart and they had it in the frozen section, and you get the bag of wings, and then it has the sauces.
Hot one.
It's a thing on YouTube.
Each wing has it might start off with like barbecue sauce, and then it goes up in Scoville units all the way to like the ghost pepper hot sauce, like all the way up.
So if you have like 12 wings. Each wing, one
Goes
wing
up in
has different
spice.
sauces.
Well, they have the different sauces that you can dip your wings into.
Oh,
It's not on the wings, but each sauce goes up in Scobles.
wow! I couldn't imagine taking a bite of the bomb sauce on a wing.
Oh yeah,
This stuff is
that's
ridiculous.
usually the one where people go crazy on the show.
Oh, they actually use that one?
Yeah.
They use them. Yeah.
What do you guys think of that?
I think you told me about that before.
Does that look pretty decent?
Yeah.
It looks good enough to eat.
Well, let me get a thumbnail. About to drop the thumbnail here. Yeah, watch my bacon grease.
You know better than to have the handle out towards the cook.
Ooh.
That's like step one of cooking.
It is.
All right. Well, let's give this a taste, and then we'll get up out of here. I got a nap to catch up on. All right. Cheers.
All right, buddy.
Mmm. Shut the front door.
Really good.
Mmm. Can you hear the crunch? Bacon grease. Wow. Yeah.
A little bit of that gravy you were talking about would really cut that off.
Yep. So I dropped the ball on that one, fellas. Sorry. Oh,
Mm.
that's good. That's good. You get the crunch, you get the tiger sauce, and then you get all the goodness inside. Oh. Hmm?
That's real good. Hey, whenever you stole one and ate it, I'm glad you didn't give away the flavor. It was a good surprise for us.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's like having a meaty omelet on the
What it
inside. Yep. Hold on.
Yeah.
But, I'm trying to describe it to these fellas. A lot savory.
It's a bite of breakfast. Truly,
An
like
entire meal in one bite.
Like now I've got my mouth is watering like savory. Oh. Yeah.
That's real good.
Yep.
Definitely
Good job.
a keeper.
Good job. I just let him cook. So welcome to the Rusty Show.
Now, you've been trying to get me to do this forever.
Yep. We're getting close. So we might try to do a little something, more collabs. Yep. So all right, well we're gonna get out of here. We've been on almost an hour and a half. So
Wow.
I know it goes fast, don't it?
You don't need to have like a timer
Clock.
on your wall or something letting us know whenever.
Yeah,
Do these have to be in? Because you always say you try to keep it in an hour. Is that
Yeah, because a lot of people's attention span doesn't go that far.
Well, not these fine people. They have great attention span.
And some of these guys, they come in late, which is fine because the time zone's different.
Right.
But it's great where people can just pop in and go. Like Sydney comes in for work, and then she's at work and whatever, and so it works out really good. Jorge and Lance and John, they go on Sunday afternoons. We're usually on our way to a church group when they're on, but they go on and they're on for like 3 hours, 2.5, 3 hours. It's the three of them up on the screen and they're chit-chatting with the chat and back and forth with each other. So it's kind of like you're sitting there with them chatting.
Okay.
It's pretty cool little deal. I'll send you the last one.
And
But,
before we go, congratulations to you for your first check with YouTube, man.
Thank you. That was a pretty awesome deal. We hit 1,000 this year. Subscribers slowly going up.
well,
A lot of fun doing this stuff, and it's not about the money, but hey, it's fun. And then when you get a little kickback, you're like, hey, all right.
It at least
New equipment.
buys the ingredients for the next video.
Yep. So this isn't about the money. It's all about the fun and the food and when you can celebrate. Congratulations to Lance on his breaking 200. Buckeye Barbecue for breaking 500 subscribers. You guys are awesome. Jorge, you're working on what, 800,000? So you guys will be there soon. Yeah, he's moving fast.
Man, that's a lot.
Like he's almost to 1,000.
I thought you said 800,000.
Oh no.
He meant 800.
800.
You
Like he's on his way up.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm like 800,000.
He missed the going on.
Okay.
Yep. Thomas has got a great channel. He's cooking more diabetic friendly, which falls into keto. So he doesn't use any sweeteners or anything like that. So we'll get to check him out too. But Rusty's he's not on YouTube a whole lot, so we're gonna get him hooked. He'll cancel his cable.
I watch fishing shows.
So
to help us catch the big catfish whenever we go out on the boat.
yeah, when it's not 100 degrees.
Somebody come by the house yesterday and asked me to buy the boat. They offered me $6,000.
Right. That's more barbecue money. Or I mean, that's all right. Well, we're gonna get out of here, brothers. So, hey, what do you think? You good?
Yeah.
All right. So, remember, there's 2 rules in cooking. Did you have fun? Did it taste good? Rock on. Y'all are awesome. Thank you, Rusty.
No problem, man. Enjoyed it.
Great time.
Y'all have a great week. God bless.
Have a great week, everybody.